Today, the UMAC announced a pair of UWS student athletes who are up for Division III Commissioner Association Student Athlete of the Year awards. Volleyball's Jenna and soccer's Alex Paredes. Both Jackets had remarkable careers for their teams. Anderson, known as one of the best defensive players in all of Division III volleyball, named the league's Player and Defensive Player of the Year, and just last week named an NCAA Woman of the Year nominee. While goalkeeper Paredes led the program in total wins, shutouts, and goals against average in his senior campaign, he's also a four-time conference champ and brought UWS to their first ever appearance in the Sweet 16. The award celebrates the successes of academics, athletics, service, and leadership. The regional winners will be announced later this month. But don't worry,